Labeling and Marking Essentials. Welcome to our video on ISF compliance with labeling and marking regulations for imports of renewable energy and environmental goods. In this video, we will explore the specific considerations and requirements for Importer Security Filing (ISF) when it comes to labeling and marking regulations for these types of imports. Understanding the ISF compliance process for labeling and marking is crucial for importers to ensure accurate and efficient customs clearance. Introduction to Labeling and Marking Regulations. Introduction to Labeling and Marking Regulations. Introduction to Labeling and Marking Regulations. Labeling and marking regulations play a significant role in ensuring the accurate identification of renewable energy and environmental goods during the import process. Compliance with these regulations is vital to facilitate smooth customs clearance. Importers must understand the specific requirements and considerations for labeling and marking to ensure ISF compliance. Importance of labeling and marking compliance. Compliance with labeling and marking regulations is crucial for accurate identification and categorization of renewable energy and environmental goods during customs clearance. Proper labeling and marking not only enable effective customs procedures but also support trade promotion, consumer safety, and environmental standards. Importers must prioritize compliance to avoid penalties and delays. Understanding labeling and marking requirements. Importers of renewable energy and environmental goods must understand the specific labeling and marking requirements for their products. This can include providing accurate and clear labels indicating product names, specifications, energy efficiency ratings, environmental certifications, and compliance with relevant standards. Complying with these requirements ensures accurate identification and proper assessment of the goods. Labeling and marking placement. Proper placement of labels and markings is essential for compliance. Importers must ensure that labels or markings are easily visible and accessible on the packaging or the products themselves. Clear placement guidelines should be followed to ensure maximum visibility of required information, allowing customs authorities to readily identify and verify the goods. Compliance with environmental standards. Renewable energy and environmental goods often require compliance with specific environmental standards and regulations. Importers must ensure that their products meet these standards and prominently display the appropriate labels or markings indicating compliance. Complying with established environmental standards supports sustainability efforts and facilitates customs clearance. Accurate product descriptions on labels. Labels should provide accurate and detailed product descriptions. Importers must ensure that the labels accurately identify the goods and provide sufficient details about their specifications, functionality, and environmental attributes. Clear and accurate product descriptions enable customs authorities to assess compliance and facilitate the classification of the goods. Verification of labeling and marking compliance. Importers should verify the compliance of their labeling and marking practices with applicable regulations. It is crucial to ensure that the labeling and marking information is accurate, up-to-date, and reflects the requirements for the specific renewable energy or environmental goods being imported. Regular verification helps maintain compliance and avoids potential penalties or delays. Collaboration with suppliers and manufacturers. Collaboration with suppliers and manufacturers is vital to ensure accurate labeling and marking compliance. Importers should work closely with their suppliers and manufacturers to obtain the necessary labeling and marking information. Effective communication and clear guidelines regarding compliance requirements help ensure consistent and accurate labeling and marking practices. Documenting labeling and marking compliance. Documenting compliance with labeling and marking regulations is crucial. Importers should maintain accurate records of their labeling and marking practices, including samples of labels, documentation of compliance with relevant standards, and any certificates or supporting documents. Proper record-keeping supports compliance efforts and facilitates the customs clearance process. Compliance monitoring and internal audits. Importers should establish compliance monitoring processes and conduct regular internal audits. Monitoring the accuracy and consistency of labeling and marking practices helps maintain compliance with regulations. Internal audits verify compliance, identify potential issues, and enable necessary corrective actions to ensure accurate labeling and marking of renewable energy and environmental goods. Continuous improvement and education. Continuously improving labeling and marking practices is essential for compliance. Importers should stay informed about relevant regulations, attend training sessions, and invest in education for import personnel. Continuous improvement efforts and ongoing education foster a culture of compliance and support accurate labeling and marking of renewable energy and environmental goods. Collaboration with customs brokers. Collaborating with customs brokers is highly beneficial when handling ISF compliance for labeling and marking. Customs brokers have expertise in customs regulations and can provide guidance on the specific requirements for renewable energy and environmental goods. Importers should work closely with their customs brokers to ensure accurate and compliant labeling and marking practices. Communication with customs authorities. Effective communication with customs authorities is vital for accurate labeling and marking compliance. Importers should promptly respond to any inquiries or requests for information from customs authorities. Maintaining clear and open lines of communication helps ensure compliance and minimizes any potential disruptions during the customs clearance process. Correcting non-compliance issues. In the event of non-compliance issues with labeling and marking, importers should take prompt corrective actions. This may include updating labels, providing additional documentation, or addressing any errors or omissions. Corrective actions demonstrate a commitment to compliance and minimize the risk of penalties or delays during customs clearance. ISF compliance with labeling and marking regulations for renewable energy and environmental goods is crucial for accurate identification and customs clearance. Importers should understand and adhere to specific labeling and marking requirements, collaborate with suppliers and manufacturers, conduct internal audits, and work closely with customs brokers and authorities to ensure accurate and compliant labeling and marking practices. Thank you for watching. We hope this video provided valuable insights into ISF compliance with labeling and marking regulations for renewable energy and environmental goods. Stay tuned for more content on customs brokerage and international trade. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.